is a different country. Then near you I can see you clearly. Close to you I can only see parts, the particular curve where your shoulder meets. What comes next? The sound your breathing makes when you're not listening to it, which is the most honest sound you make. I've been near you many times, tonight I'm close, which is the difference between knowing and understanding. This close, I can feel the warmth before the touch. This close, I can hear what you mean before you say it. This close, everything slows down to the speed of a breath, which is the right speed for everything that matters. Close to you is the whole world, reduced to exactly this. The sound of breathing, the warmth of proximity, the particular silence that two people make when they've stopped needing to fill it with anything other than this. Being here, this close, this quiet, this right. I've been practicing being close to things. The lamp I actually touch, the cup I hold with both hands instead of one, the window I lean my whole forehead against, not just press the glass. Being close requires something the near position doesn't, the willingness to be affected, which is its own kind of courage. This close, everything is different. Close to you is the whole world, reduced to exactly this. I'm not going to say what I would say from further away. This close, words change. This close, the breath carries more than the word. This close, I'll let the breath do the talking for a while. Still here, still still close. The voice has a texture, velvet when it wants to be. The voice at its most considered, not the top of the range, not the performance register, but the middle place where the voice lives when it's at home. Mid-low and warm, like a room that's been heated by everything that happened in it. The voice carries all of this. Every song before, every every silence before, every moment when the voice chose not to sing. In the middle of the night, the voice finding its weight, the weight finding its warmth, the warmth finding the ear that has been waiting in exactly this frequency for exactly this voice, for exactly this long. I have sung it full voice, and it was right for those rooms, for those moments. This is a different room, a different moment. This room wants the lower register, the place where the voice doesn't announce, just arrives, settles, stays, like velvet stays on the surface it touches, not covering, not changing, just being the most it can be, with the least possible effort. In the middle of the night, the voice finding its weight. I think about textures tonight, velvet on skin, the particular softness that only comes from a certain density of woven thing. The voice is the same, dense enough to feel, light enough to move through, rich enough to stay after it's gone. The voice settles into its lowest, most comfortable, warmest place and stays. There are things that words make smaller. The nighttime hum is for those things. The particular feeling of the room that holds you without asking. Not sad, not happy, just the frequency of a person at rest in the night, humming, because the body knows some things can't be said, only some, and some things can't be sung, only hummed. Receives it. The room returns it. One note that contains everything I couldn't say today and didn't need to, just The hum has no destination, no story, no beginning or end, just the continuation of the feeling that was already there before the music started. The hum is what was there underneath. that's left has the shape of the hum in it, like the warmth that stays in a cup after the tea is gone. Hold this. Carefully. Fragile heart, not broken, not even cracked, just the particular sensitivity of something that has felt too much, too recently, that holds itself a little more carefully than it used to. I know this heart well by now. I know the places where it's most itself. Mornings, rainy evenings, the last hour before midnight, when the guard goes down just enough to let in everything it spent the day keeping out. Handle it with care, not because it's weak, because it's aware of everything it holds, of everything it would be willing to hold if asked carefully, which is the bravest kind of fragility. Fragile heart in the midnight hour, fragile heart in the lamplight's power. Everything it holds precisely, not more than it can, not less than it should, just exactly the right amount of everything this particular night requires. People mistake fragility for weakness, I know better. The fragile thing is fragile because it's still capable of being affected, of being changed by the right thing at the right time. The thing that can't be hurt can't be helped either. The armor and the wound are the same surface. Handle it with care. Fragile heart in the midnight hour, fragile heart in the lamplight's power. This heart has held things that were too much and survived them, not by becoming harder, but by becoming more precisely itself. More careful, more clear about what it will and won't hold anymore, which is a kind of strength that looks like fragility from the outside, from where most people stand. Hold it carefully, it knows the difference. The moon tonight is asking for nothing which is the best kind of moon. Moonlight breath, the particular exhale of someone who has been looking at the moon long enough to let something go. Not dramatically, just the breath that comes when something resolves itself without your help. The moon doing what the moon does, making the held thing slightly lighter. Moonlight breath is the exhale that the moon permits, the release of what was held all day, all evening, into the particular silver of the moon's permission. Breathe out into the moonlight, which has room for everything you give it, and gives back lighter air, cooler air, air that has passed through something ancient and calm, and makes you both. I've been breathing shallowly all day, not from illness, from the particular holding that the day requires, a held breath of concentration, the held breath of restraint, the held breath of deciding not to say what I was thinking. Tonight the moon gives me back my full breath, all of it returned within to rest. Moonlight breath is the exhale that the moon permits. The man doesn't ask what you're releasing, just makes room for the release. The moon's whole practice showing up, making room, not asking questions about what you bring to it. I bring tonight the day's particular weight, the day's particular breath, and the moon takes it on into its ancient height. Lighter now, the moon's still here, still making. Silence. Silence is not the absence of music. It is music holding its breath. The art of silence, knowing when not to fill the space, that the last note note left. A note ends and before the next there is a moment, brief, complete, whole. A moment that belongs to no instrument, to no voice, to the room itself, and to whoever is listening carefully enough to hear it. I don't always speak into every space. Some spaces are better used by listening. Some silences contain more than speech could. The silence after your name is spoken contains the whole weight of you, more than a name, more than any word could carry. The silence does it better. The art of silence is the art of knowing when to speak, when to listen, when to let the space between the two hold what both can. I've been practicing this, a deliberate pause, the held breath before the next word, the space I give you to respond, the silence I offer, instead of the thing I was going to say. That would have filled the room, but emptied it. At the same time, the art is silence, is the art of knowing when enough has been said, and the rest can be felt. Something came through the window that wasn't there before. Whispering wind carries things from places you didn't know you needed. The smell of something 3 streets over, the sound of a door closing quietly in a building you've never entered. The wind translates everything into there is more, there is always more beyond whatever wall you're standing at. Whispering wind says things in a language you've always known, but rarely use the language of motion, the language of carry, the language of something is moving and you could move with it if you let yourself be lifted just a little. Which is long enough to feel the particular yearning that wind-carried songs produce, the ache of hearing something beautiful from a distance that you can't have words I've checked. It has a frequency, a direction, a particular quality of arriving from somewhere else and going somewhere else, and briefly passing through you on its way, bridges its gift, the song of the in-between, music of passage, the sound of being briefly part of something much larger than yourself. The wind still whispering, still carrying, still going somewhere I haven't been. Below the surface of every song, there is another, the one in deep blue. Deep blue serenade, the song beneath the song, the frequency below the melody that the body feels before the ear has processed it. I've been writing this serenade for every deep blue night that asked for it. The nights of immense quiet, the nights of immense weight, the nights that looked like ordinary nights but went much further down than ordinary. Deep blue serenade for the deepest part of the night, where the ordinary feelings don't reach, where only the deep ones live, the ones too heavy for daylight, the ones too honest for company, the ones that wait for the deep blue hour to finally surface. Pressing this into the deep blue, not upward into the air, but down into the part of the night that goes below the pavement, below the foundations of all this, into whatever holds the city up from underneath, which also holds this feeling, this voice, this serenade, deep blue serenade, for the deepest part of the night, where the ordinary feelings don't reach. Serenade means song for the evening, sung below the window of whoever you love. I sing below the window of the night itself, the night that holds the city. Serenade goes on below, where I can follow it into the blue that has no bottom, just more blue. Can I tell you something that I haven't told anyone? Cozy confession, the kind you only make in rooms like this, at hours like this, to people like you who make the dark safe enough for the thing that was waiting to be said. I've been carrying this since a while, the weight of it not terrible, just present. The way a stone in a pocket is present, you know it's there. It's not hurting anything, but you'd be lighter without it. This is the room for this, the dim light, the quiet, the person across from me who already knows most of it and wouldn't be surprised by the rest, which makes it finally safe to say. Cozy confession in the lamplight's glow, something I've been keeping that now wants to go. Not a secret exactly, more like a truth that found its timing. This room, this light, this you, this now. The thing I've been meaning to say, that it helps more than you know, just to being here, having someone who sits across from me in the particular way you sit, without filling every silence, without fixing every feeling, just there, which is the whole thing, which is everything. This is the room for this cozy confession in the lamplight's glow, something I've been keeping that now wants to go. I've set it now into the cozy dark between us, where it wouldn't stay, not becoming a burden, not requiring in anything, just there between us now, where it belongs, said and heard and held by both of us, which is lighter than carrying it alone, which is what I needed to discover. Thank you for being the kind of room a person needs to say a thing they've been holding Everything can wait until morning. Softest lullaby, not the performed kind, not the one that requires listening, just the one that arrives when everything is finally ready to rest. The notes come down one by one, each one a step lower than the last. The melody descending, the way consciousness descends into the softest part of the night, where everything weighs nothing. Softest lullaby, for the one who's almost there. Softest lullaby, for the one who needs it most. The world will be exactly as you left it. In the morning, nothing will have moved without permission. Everything will wait. I promise everything can wait. A lullaby doesn't lead you to do anything. No, relax, not breathe correctly, not prepare, not surrender. Just let the song be in the room, let the room be around you. Let the night do what the night does, receive you as you are without asking for more. Softest lullaby, for the one who's almost there. Softest lullaby, for the one who needs it most. The lullaby knows you don't have to try to sleep, you just have to stop trying not to, which is everything. The permission to stop holding what you've been holding up all day. The lullaby holds it instead for the duration of the night. Sleep on. Let the song stay in the room after you've gone into the soft dark, where everything is fine, where everything has always been. Let it go. Love is not here anymore, but the echo is. Echoes of love are different from love itself. Love is present, loud with its own presence, insistent, full of now. The echo is the after, the shape that love left lived in the space it occupied, the particular warmth of a room where something was for a while. I live in the echo now, which is not nothing. It is the proof that something was here, the reverberation of what mattered, still traveling through the room. Echoes of love are not lost. They are evidence that the thing was real, that it happened here, that the walls held it and hold it still in the particular way that walls hold everything they've heard, slightly changed by the having held it. I recite the echo, not to mourn it, not to bring it back, just to hear what's still there. The frequency of your name said a certain way, the warmth of a conversation that ended, but not completely. The particular feeling of having been known by someone who is somewhere else now, but was here completely then. Echoes of love are not lost. They are evidence. I say it quietly, the echo of the love that was and still is, in the particular way that past things still are, present in the body, present in the room, present in the way I hold certain things now. The echo still traveling through the room, through the night, through me, which means it hasn't finished, which means it isn't over, just elsewhere now. The light has been turned down to its most honest setting. Dim light romance, the particular kind that only happens in low light, when the features soften, when the edges blur, when the evening is amber and warm and asking for nothing more than this. I've danced in dim light before, not with a partner, with a room, with the particular warmth of an evening that had nowhere better to be than here with me. In dim light, everything looks like it could be something beautiful. The ordinary corner, the familiar lamp, the cup I've used 1,000 times, all of it golden in the dim light romance, in the slow dance hour. Dim dance alone in the dim light is its own art. The particular grace of a body that has forgotten to perform and just moved to something low and warm that it didn't have to think about. The thief finder, the particular shuffle that isn't quite dance, but is everything but dance. It's for in dim light. Everything looks like it could be. A dim light romance in the soul. Which is what I'm doing, dancing with the evening in the dim light that makes everything almost too beautiful to stay. To dance slow to almost still, the dim the music holds the voice, the way careful hands hold something precious. Tender touch, the way the piano plays around the voice, not behind, not below, alongside, moving with it, adjusting for it. The music as companion, not support, not accompaniment, just here. With the voice in the same space at the same time. I've been thinking about tenderness, how it requires the willingness to adjust your whole presence for the specific need of what you're being tender toward. Tender touch in the smallest details, the note that yields when the voice arrives, the chord that waits before it resolves, the silence that makes room, the music that knows what the voice needs before the voice does. The most tender thing is also the most attentive, the person who hears what isn't said, who adjusts before being asked, who makes room without being told there's something needed. The piano does this tonight, every note considered for the space. The voices in the particular key of this particular moment, which the piano has been playing toward all evening. Tender touch in the smallest details. This is what tender means, not soft exactly, not careful exactly, more fully present for whatever adjusting without losing yourself, holding without gripping, being there in the fullest possible sense of being there. And music does this for the voice. The voice does this for the listener. The listener does this for the night. The night does this for everyone still here. The piano still holding, the voice still held, both of them tender, both of them There are nights that don't seem to end, which is either a problem or a gift. I've learned to call it a gift. Infinite night, not forever, just long enough to forget that it has to end. Long enough to sit in the particular quality of 2 a.m. that belongs to no clock. Long enough to hear the sound the room makes when everything has gone quiet. Long enough to feel the particular warmth of a lamp that has been on for hours and become part of the air. The infinite night requires a certain relationship with time, the willingness to stop marking it, to let the hours accumulate without counting, without asking how much is left, without assuming that less is better. Infinite night is the gift of not yet, not yet morning, not yet required, not yet the version of myself that has things to do, just the version that has this, the lamp, the quiet, the particular warmth of a night that has agreed to go on a little longer for me. I've been here before, the 3 a.m. version, the 4 a.m. version, each hour a different country with its own particular quiet, its own particular darkness, its own particular kind of being awake that the daylight hours never give. This is the country I came here for, the one that only exists in the infinite night, the one where the lamp is the whole world and the warmth is enough. Infinite night. say the night has hours, I say the night has rooms. The 10 p.m. room, still evening, still possible. The midnight room, the threshold of the night. The 2 a.m. room, where time dissolves. The 4 a.m. room, where something ancient and quiet lies. I've been through each room tonight, and I'm still here. The last one, which is either the last room or the first of the next night, depending on how you look at an ending. The infinite night continues as infinite things do, without conclusion, just the next moment and the next, and the warmth of the land still here in all of it. You can sleep now. Everything is taken care of. Sleep tight, my love. The gentlest instruction, the kindest permission, the particular release of being told by something that cares that the night has you, that you can let go now of everything you were holding up all day. I'll say it. The night has you, the room has you, the warmth has you, the music has you. You are held from every direction by everything that was arranged for exactly this, your rest. Sleep tight, not the commanded kind, the offered kind, the kind that says you did enough today. You tried hard enough, you held enough things long enough. Now the night will hold them for you while you sleep. Sleep tight, my love. The stars are out. Sleep tight, my light. The lamp is low. Everything you worried about can wait until morning. I promise morning is good at receiving what the night sends forth. Sleep now, while the music still plays. I'll stay in the room until you're gone, into the soft dark where the music goes when you stop listening. But it keeps playing for the room, which keeps it for you while you're somewhere else. Sleep tight, my love. The stars are out. Sleep tight, my love. The lamp is low. the first song, to the velvet of the voice, to the nights I'm hung, to the fragile heart, to the moonlight sigh, to the art of silence, to the whispering wind, to the deep blue serenade, to the cozy confession, to the softest lullaby, to the echoes of love, to the dim light romance, to the tender touch, to the infinite